Now doctor, alkalosis with a low urinary chloride, where do you come across? Any metabolic alkalosis में there will be basically low serum chloride will be there. But metabolic alkalosis associated with hypovolemia may there will be urinary chloride which will be low. How will you remember? First, hypovolemia है तो metabolic alkalosis क्यों होना? Hypovolemia है तो intravascular volume will be low, renal blood flow will be low, renin will be stimulated, angiotensin stimulated, aldosterone stimulated, that lead to secondary hyperaldosteronism. Aldosterone, what will it do? It retains sodium, loses potassium, H plus into urine. Loss of H plus into urine leads to metabolic alkalosis. So hypovolemia में metabolic alkalosis किसके वजह से होगा? Because of secondary hyperaldosteronism, right? So secondary hyperaldosteronism है तो it is retaining sodium ना, सोडियम के साथ ही साथ किसको रिटेन करेगा? क्लोराइड को भी सीरम में. अगर क्लोराइड सीरम में आ गया तो यूरिन में क्या होगा? There will be low urinary chloride. Agreed, doc? So urinary chloride is low whenever alkalosis is due to hypovolemia. And any other causes of metabolic alkalosis will generally have, all forms will have a low serum chloride level, is what need to be fundamentally remembered. Now with regard to the anion gap, another bottleneck topic, very easy, but anion gap हाई कहां होगा मालूम है, हम सबको मालूम है. डायबिटिक एसिडोसिस, यूरेमिया, लैक्टिक एसिडोसिस, हर जगह हाई anion gap होगा. Normal anion gap, very easy to remember. Any hyperchloremic metabolic acidosis leads to normal anion gap. Why? Anion gap is equal to sodium plus potassium minus chloride plus bicarbonate. अगर हाइपरक्लोरीमिया, एक्सेस क्लोराइड है तो लो बाइकार्बोनेट को कॉम्पेंसेट करेगा और एनियन गैप नॉर्मल रह जाएगा. बट व्हाट इज द होल प्रॉब्लम? इन व्हिच कंडीशंस anion gap will be low is the issue. Hypoalbuminemia, paraproteinemia, hypercalcemia, hypermagnesemia, lithium intoxication are the few conditions where anion gap will be low, is what need to be remembered. Agreed, doctor? How will you remember? That multiple myeloma will have low anion gap. How will you remember? First of all, what is meant by anion gap? Sodium plus potassium minus chloride plus bicarbonate. Sodium plus potassium is called measurable cations. Chloride and bicarbonate are called measurable anions. How did we get this equation? There are unmeasurable cations plus measurable cations is equal to unmeasurable anions plus measurable anions. इसको रीअरेंज किया हमने इक्वेशन को. रीअरेंज करें तो क्या होगा? unmeasurable anions minus unmeasurable cations is equal to measurable cations minus measurable anions. Why do you call anion gap? You are what you are doing to calculate anion gap? Sodium plus potassium minus chloride plus bicarbonate ना. कैटायन से एनायंस को निकाल रहे एक तरफ से और दूसरी तरफ से बोल रहे एनायन गैप बोल रहे, कैटायन गैप नहीं बोल रहे. क्यों वैसा? Why are you saying that? Why are you calling like that? The reason is sodium plus potassium measurable cations minus chloride plus bicarbonate measurable anions is equal to unmeasurable anions minus unmeasurable cations. Hence it is called anion gap. If you take the protein, paraprotein, immunoglobulin, if you take calcium, if you take magnesium, they are all what? They are all unmeasurable cations. So when unmeasurable cations increase, what happens to the anion gap? Anion gap is unmeasurable anions minus unmeasurable cations. If unmeasurable cations increase, the gap become decreased. I know, without a whiteboard or a slide, talking all this makes misery, but these conditions you need to remember. Okay, no? Paraproteinemia, hypercalcemia. But you may ask me a question. पैराप्रोटीन्स ज्यादा हो गए तो लो एनियन गैप होगा, मगर हाइपो एल्बुमिन कम हो गए तो क्यों लो एनियन गैप हो गया, है ना? बिकॉज एल्बुमिन इज ए अनमेजरेबल anion, whereas paraproteins are unmeasurable cations. Hence any increase of unmeasurable cations or a decrease of unmeasurable anions will make the anion gap become narrow, is what need to be remembered. Okay, doc. Coming to calcium antagonists, they can lead to gingival hypertrophy, as all of you know very well. Charcoal increases the elimination of theophylline, is what need to be remembered. And where is hemodialysis very effective? Salicylates, phenobarbital, methanol, ethylene glycol, lithium. A sub jagah we use the hemodialysis. Okay, shoot me an answer, doctor. Which congenital adrenal hyperplasia may you have hypertension, hypokalemia, decreased dihydrotestosterone? Excellent. That's the correct answer we get even from online students. Which enzyme deficiency? That's right, Dr. Manavi also agrees with you. 17 alpha hydroxylase. You must know 17 alpha, 21 alpha, 11 beta. टिप्स में नहीं ना, किस में सॉल्ट लूजिंग है, किस में वायरलाइजिंग है, किस में सॉल्ट वेल है, रिटेन्ड है, इसके वजह से हाइपरटेंशन होगा. Before the last 15 days, don't lose it because one question definitely comes. Okay, doc. Methanol में इथेनॉल का इस्तेमाल करते. Tricyclic antidepressants we use phenytoin, carbon monoxide we use hyperbaric oxygen. All of you know very well. In diabetes insipidus, we can use vasopressin, chlorothiazide, chloropropamide, not lithium, because lithium itself will lead to the diabetes insipidus, is what need to be remembered. Gentamicin is aminoglycoside. It is not given orally. Where is the question of first pass metabolism? Now there are so many drugs you can't give in intermittent porphyria. Difficult to remember, but easier way is what drugs you can give in intermittent porphyria. Agar wo remember kare to, that is the secret of porphyria story. Okay, doc? Pain hai porphyria patient ko, pain killer देना पड़ेगा ना, क्या देंगे? Aspirin, pethidine, safe. Porphyria guy became psychotic, agitated, you want to sedate, you can give chloropromazine and diazepam safely. उनको इन्फेक्शन हो गया, पेनिसिलिन इस्तेमाल कर सकते. उनको बीपी हो गया, थायराइड कैन बी यूज्ड, बीटा ब्लॉकर सेफली. देन उनको बीटा ब्लॉकर्स यूज करने से फ्लूइड रिटेन हो गया, देन यू कैन यूज ब्यूमेटानाइड, एमिलराइड सेफली. फाइनली उनको शुगर आ गया, बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल योर ट्रीटमेंट यू कैन यूज ग्लिपिजाइड सेफली. और अपर रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन हो गया, सेट्रिजिन दे सकते. एंड अल्टीमेटली ही गॉट हार्ट अटैक, यू नीड टू सेंड हिम फॉर एंजियोप्लास्टी, एंजियोग्राम. एंजियोग्राम का कॉन्ट्रास्ट देने से एलर्जी हो गया, यू कैन गिव स्टेरॉइड्स. सो दीज आर द ड्रग्स दैट कैन बी गिवन सेफली, इज व्हाट नीड टू बी रिमेंबर्ड. सिमिलरली another group of drugs you need to be sure whether you want to become obstetrician or not is safe, unsafe drugs in pregnancy. At least seat nahi mile to you won't kill your wife. So that is the reason teratogenic drugs kya hai, what are not teratogenic, at least you must know. Now, what is the mechanism of action of the various drugs? How does gabapentin basically act? Once more, doctor, anti-epileptics, mechanism of action. 100% you should be sure which channel is affected, what is the mechanism, which will act on the thalamus, which will on the T channels. Ethosuximide. Hence, it is the only effective drug for absent seizures. So, all anti-epileptic drugs you should be sure, doctor. How does gabapentin act? Gabapentin potentiates the GABA response and blocks the sodium channels is what need to be fundamentally remembered. Who breaks endothelin? Who forms endothelin? Endothelin is basically formed from its precursor by endothelin converting enzyme. But they discovered one endopeptidase, which is the one which basically will degrade the endothelins, is what need to be remembered. You find herbidans in osteoarthritis. Where do you find Boutonniere's van Neck? Rheumatoid arthritis. Oslers in infective endocarditis. Very good, doc. Reactive arthritis can be due to Campylobacter, Chlamydia, Shigella is what need to be remembered. Tall R waves in lead V1. Simple thing about ECG क्या है डॉक्टर? हार्ट में एक राइट साइड है, लेफ्ट साइड है. V1, V2, V3 looks towards the right, V4, V5, V6 towards left. Normally you expect a tall R wave in the V6, V5, small R wave in the V1, and the small R wave becoming big R wave in V6 is called good R wave progression. अगर वो big नहीं होगा, pediatric R wave remains pediatric even at V6, it's called poor R wave progression, which is a sign of ischemic heart disease. Other R wave is very tall in V1, what does it mean? Right ventricle got hypertrophy. Tell me, doctor, what are all the situations where right ventricle can get hypertrophy? Pulmonary embolism hai, pulmonary artery hypertension hai, right ventricle has to pump against the hypertension and it can lead to tall R wave in the V1, right side. Wolff Parkinson White में होगा. Right bundle branch block is another reason where tall R wave can be there. अगर उनका दिल इधर उधर हो गया, dextrocardia, then also you will have WPW में which type में R wave will be tall in V1 once more, type A में. Any posterior wall infarct can lead to development of reciprocal changes in the lead V1 and that can lead to a tall R wave.